nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion and a second to approve the July 2nd, 2025 meeting agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Severs.
Second by Hack.
Second by Hack. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Board presenters? Doesn't look like it. Written communications? Don't think so. Old business. Need a motion and a second to rescind the approval of resolution 2024/25-38 calling an election to authorize the issuance of school building bonds and to approve a capital project levy authorization and approve resolution 2024/25-38 calling an election to authorize the issuance of school building bonds. And approve of capital project levy authorization with a roll call. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Yeah. I'll second.
Motion by Hack.
Motion by Hack, second by Hayes. Is that the way that worked?
I think so.
Okay. Any discussion? Then we will do a roll call vote. Boyd Johnson, yay. Robin Sonstegard, absent. Jerem Hack.
Yay.
Craig Severs.
Yay.
Nate Hayes.
Yay.
Kayla Johnson.
Yay.
Motion passes.
What's the 6-0 there?
Yeah,
Because I copied and pasted and
that's a dangerous thing to do. So motion passes 5-0, 1 not present. Any new business? Any other business? Then I will call the meeting adjourned at 6:03.
Awesome.
Okay, on to the working session if we're going to have it. It was brought up that we may want to wait and have wait for Robin to do this, or what do you guys think?
I think
My thought is he's
here.
almost all here. I don't think we have to go into too much detail, but I think the purpose was just to kind of get a better understanding about, we've got your email, but just to go over, have them kind of go over that 100-day plan and just let us know what you're doing now and what your plan is here, in the kind of before school starts, right? And I think we can just kind of not get too far into the weeds on it, but
Sounds good. I'll turn it
Good,
over to Scott.
good conversation.
First couple of days have just been the technical pieces of, hold on a second. There. Yeah, the first couple of days have just been the technical pieces of, getting into email and trying to get the phone system and all those other pieces going. And I've done a tour of the facility with both Kyle and Dale, and so it's just getting to understand the different procedures with Jill here and everything like that. So that for the first few days, that's been my goal, just get those things understood, so that anything that needs immediate attention, I'm able to do that. But looking at my plan, so in terms of putting this into action, I'm looking at after tonight, so tomorrow, extending invitations to the board members so that we can set up one initial one-to-one meetings and get a sample interview. I'm calling them sample interview questions, right? But just to kind of give us a guide in terms of potential things to talk about. Because I just want to learn. That's my first thing. I want to learn and start building these relationships. So that's going to be step one. Step two then is to expand that out to include other director, coordinator, administrative school positions to those, with those folks, and then as I'm doing that, learning more about people in the community that are coming up often in terms of, this is somebody you want to meet with, and somebody to talk to and introduce yourself. So it's building that and then expanding that net and that web. Alongside that, since these are, you know, the negotiation cycle happening here, I'm in the process of reading through the contracts and gaining the understanding all the understanding I can get, so that we can start with the committee, start getting that first meeting scheduled. I'm hoping that can maybe happen near the end of July, beginning of August, at the late. You know, I don't want to get in too far into August, but I think it'd be really good to have an initial meeting with those units by the end of July is my goal. And then, of course, the 15th and 16th, I already start the Finance Academy with our Service Cooperative and the Great Start Cohort, which is for new superintendents, sponsored by Minnesota Association of School Administrators. And those are held down in Little Canada and then at a couple other places throughout the year. So I've got those scheduled out and get going with that, because the great thing about those is that everything aligns to the cycle when things are needed by MDE and a number of other things. So I'll start building that network as well. And I've already had a number of superintendents in the area reaching out and checking in already after 2 days. So
Good.
yeah, so those are the initial pieces, my goals: getting acquainted and building relationships, the knowledge of documents, manuals, procedures, and ensuring that we're getting into that cycle of policy approvals and stuff. But from my understanding, talking with Jeff, following the MSBA cycle as what's been done before, and that's always right in line with what needs to happen. So probably my view is to continue with that. But coming up here in July, we'll have some of those things that changed in state law where we might have to update some policies. So I'll be getting those prepped to bring those forward for first reading, or if they're in law, you know, first and second reading in one shot, or however that's going to be done. Understand district priorities. So I think through those interviews, I'm going to get a deeper understanding of that, beyond, of course, the immediate one coming up this fall. And then understanding continued district representation within the community. So just the idea there is starting to meet and the city government, county folks, you know, I definitely want to get out to the city and county board meetings and be present, and even if it's it might be an informal or formal introduction, but to be there and be visible as things get going. And then, of course, goal number 5 is to stay engaged and to grow, because if I'm not growing, I'm not going to be serving this community and this school the best I can. So that's a priority as well. And then behind that are just some more details around anticipated timelines. I'm going to say anticipated because we all know, you know, your best laid plans can get turned around depending upon other people's schedules and everything. So that's kind of the brief overview of that. And then I included sample interview questions that I would be considering and or using with different groups. And that includes, you know, with representatives from student organizations, student leaders. Really want to be finding out, you know, who are those champions out in the community, and where we might be able to develop additional champions as we're moving forward. Just a sample letter that I'll use for part of that communication process when setting up interviews and things like that. And then I just included, as I was going through and looking through my information and considering the community and everything, some potential groups and people that I'm thinking that I want to try and meet with, understanding that some of these groups may not exist around Baudette or around Lake Woods, but county. And then so I offer this to you also, so that in the board meeting you can be telling me, yeah, this is definitely someone to meet, or we don't really have this, but this person would be someone to meet with, or introduce yourself. Yeah, and just looking to make those connections, and you know, like with anything, find innovative opportunities where we can support the needs of our students and staff. So that's just kind of everything in a nutshell. any details that you're looking for on anything right now? Anything to offer, consider right now?
I mean, it's July 2nd, so I'm not expecting, you
Okay.
know, a whole lot. I really think it's a good idea for the one-on-one interviews. And I think after those, you'll have a way better understanding about, you know, what tomorrow looks like.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I don't think you'll have much of a footing until those happen, until you get to know folks, until you listen to some of the concerns. And, you said you did the walk around with Dale and Kyle, right? Have you spent any time alone with Miss Merchant, Mary Merchant at all?
No,
Principal,
because
or-
she hasn't been here when
Okay.
I've been here, so,
Okay.
up until now, so. I
So
think
we-
she's in next week, yeah.
Okay, so besides,
So we'll be, yeah, meeting it.
besides Jeff and buildings ground maintenance, I mean, yeah, that's July 2nd, so.
Yeah.
it's-
And Bill, technology, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yep.
yeah, and met the preschool, the two ladies that are doing the
Rescue
rescue,
Outlaw,
the
or-
preschool program, or
The separate one, the bread and
Yeah,
things, or the, okay,
yeah.
yep.
Oh, you've met her?
Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Nicole, thank you,
Yep.
Met her today, and,
Okay.
I've been meeting some folks out in town.
Sure.
It's interesting, I mean, once I was by the sofa. And I said, well, once I'm in that deep, I feel like if I don't introduce myself and say I'm the superintendent, then I walk away, and if they find out I'm the superintendent, they're like, oh, he didn't even introduce himself.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting when, in those situations where I've introduced myself and, you know what? And they start engaging, so I've really appreciated that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your face has been in the newspaper, so everyone, if they paid attention to it, they should recognize it, so. But as far,
Are you getting moved in okay and everything?
Wife and son came up on Saturday, and we got moved in.
Good.
Yeah. And partially unpacked, but it's all
yeah,
good.
it'll take a year to unpack.
The dog's happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Besides learning where the scissors and stapler are, so to speak, do you have your key fob and you got email?
Yeah.
I mean, are there anything else that you need to just get your feet wet, or?
No, I mean, we're getting the cellular phone thing, getting that taken care of, and so I'll get that taken care of. I gotta go down to Bemidji to the AT&T store to actually get a new SIM card, so. And I'm going down there on Saturday anyways, for personal, so I'll just stop there and do what I need to do. So, yeah, nothing major, yeah, little details, and get them taken care of.
Reach out if, I guess it's.
Yeah, I mean, we're all here to support you, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
but no, everything's running smooth as far as I'm concerned, so,
Yeah.
to this point, yeah.
What school or community, I mean, like, talk about just the dog situation and stuff, if there's something that we can answer, just ask.
Oh, I will not be afraid to ask. Yeah,
You hanging around for the 4th, or?
Yeah, I'm staying up here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be up for the 4th weekend.
Yeah.
Go to
Best
the
show ever.
volleyball life for the fireworks.
Yeah, they put on a very nice display,
I
very nice
found
backdrop.
found the list of events on Facebook, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You'll have
Looking
everything
forward to it.
answered if you just spend a few hours at that street dance tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, who's playing him in Bachelor again, or?
Yeah,
I don't think they've been there
I don't
for a
know.
few years.
I didn't recognize what it was.
But yeah, so as you said, it's the one-to-ones, let's get one-to-ones done.
I think
that's gonna
yeah.
start
Yeah.
kind of forming the direction and stuff, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything, as you're doing those, and as you're learning, if you see something that you aren't comfortable, if you want to change, you get ideas, can't stress enough to reach out. Because I'm expecting you to come across stuff that you're gonna be like, I think we can do better with this, or I think we can do better with this. So, wouldn't be shocking at all. So, yeah. No, it's good. I think you can speak for all of us. We're happy to have you aboard.
happy to be here.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Well, do you have any questions for us at all? I mean,
Not right, no, not right now. I think that just the initial winter ones and start getting to that, that's going to be a great place to start. Yeah.
have that conversation.
I'm getting my names and references for somebody to do groundwork and garage pad work and other things, so plenty of people offering all that advice, so I think I'm in
Oh.
good shape on that front.
Yep, there's a few around.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, again, everybody's been wonderful, and you know, it's both a great time of the year and can be an ambiguous time of the year for anybody starting
Oh.
in a new position because with 4th of July and everything, but no, everybody's been very accommodating and they've been, you know, making sure that I have what I need to at least get in the door and start being here and being in a position, so thank you.
Good.
Summer's gonna go quick. There'll be kids in here before we know it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's already July.
Anyone got anything else? I guess we may as well wrap up the working session at 6:16.